I believe internet safety is important because it is such a prominent part of our everyday lives. Children use the internet at home and at school. They use it supervised and unsupervised. It's a simple saying, but I've always liked it. We don't know what we don't know. If our children aren't aware of the dangers out there, how can they make safe choices when using the internet? My personal belief is that this information should be coming from our students' parents. It's the parents' responsibility to teach children what the boundaries and rules are for internet usage. But as an educator, it is my job to restate those expectations and for students to know what is expected of them in the school setting. So in my future classroom, I would teach internet safety as like a week-long module where you make it really fun and really focus in on all the different aspects of what internet safety look like. The thing that I liked most about the NetSmarts is how many resources that it does have available and how many different topics that it touches on. I do think it's relevant and useful for all educators. Even if educators don't like the way that the training is set up or how the materials look, it definitely gives a framework for educators to use and build on where they can make their own lesson plans, using those resources as a guideline. The first key point that was brought up in the article that caught my eye was the needing to develop a consensus about the definition of cyberbullying. I hear students in my classroom throwing around the word bullying in so many different instances where bullying hasn't really occurred. We need to be able to name and understand something before we can come together and create a plan to help stop it. Something else that was concerning to me was that the data showed that 93% of parents were reporting to have had conversations with their children about internet safety, but only 61% of those children recall any conversation being had with their parents. So this means parents are either lying when asked about having these conversations because they are guilty and fear that they will look bad that they haven't had the conversation, or the talks aren't effective enough with the children for them to remember having the conversation and unfortunately not remembering maybe what was being said. So I believe as a parent, big important life lessons, and internet safety is one of those. One talk is not enough. It needs to be brought up multiple times with children, and then when it can organically be brought into a conversation with ease, just roll with it and talk about it any opportunity you can. Our children are precious, and as quickly as they do desire to grow up, they are not grown, and it is our job to protect them and prepare them for their future.